Alright, you are back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. It's Friday night and Melbourne is a fucking mess. The COVID numbers keep going up. We're going to be in full fucking lockdown for I don't know how long. We're 3 weeks into a 6-week stage 4 lockdown. And since the start of the lockdown, the numbers have fucking skyrocketed. So it's meant to be finishing in 3 weeks, but there's no fucking way that's happening. The way it's going at the moment, it looks like it's going to be fucking 2 more months. That's my call. I can't see them lifting it earlier. They're copying shit now for easing the restrictions too early. I went for a drive today and this city is now fucking bleak city. It's always been a little bit bleak city, but it's starting to remind me more and more of the early 90s. I was young then, but I still remember everyone was miserable. It was always overcast. There was nothing exciting for adults to do besides jack speed and listen to old In Excess records, which actually sounds more fun than these days. In Melbourne, there's a few famous streets just outside of the city that people usually flock to for like drinking and cafes and whatever, fucking shopping. And I went to all of them today. I went down Bridge Road. The top of Bridge Road in Richmond, fucking decimated. Every single shop window, from the bottom of the hill to the top of the hill, for lease. Victoria Street, which used to have about 47 Vietnamese fur joints, now only has about 19 or 20. Maybe less, maybe like 16. Every other shop is boarded up and fucking for lease. I went down Chapel Street, South Yarra. Same again, every second store for lease. I don't know how people are going to make it in another 2 months. There's going to be like 5 businesses survive this. Same with Glenferrie Road in Hawthorn. Every second shop is for lease. This means nothing to the international listeners, but just imagine wherever the fuck you're from, the main social hubs are just fucking annihilated. Obviously, if you're from Detroit or Baltimore or something like that, you know what I'm talking about. Bleak fucking city. It's not even worth leaving your house with your mask on anymore. I just don't know how normal people are coping with this. I'm fine. My mental health has never been more stable. I feel like there's a possibility I could just fucking snap at any moment, but the tighter they turn the screws, the freer I feel. Just keep fucking turning them. Take all my choices away. That's true freedom. No choice at all. One of my mates who runs this fucking electrician company, it's his dad's company. I like to remind him of that whenever he starts bragging about how much he fucking earns. Fucking idiot. He's never had a job outside his dad's company. Don't come to me and start talking about life. Anyway, he was telling me today one of the big builders they work for has just done record house sales. I don't know how the fuck that happens, but they just broke their quarterly house sales record. Fucking please explain that to me. What is that? Can someone explain that to me? The property prices have not gone down at all yet. Unemployment's gone up to like 20%. The government's dishing out cash at the moment, but that's got to stop soon. And people are rushing out to buy houses right now. What do they think? Their property prices are going to go up in 10 years. The Australian Defence Force will be coming around to your house in about 2 years when the bank wants to repossess it because you haven't paid the fucking mortgage. I don't get it. There's insanity all around. And for some reason, it's making me more calm. Now, for me, it's like, all right, if you're going to be fucking insane, just go insane. I'm not going to talk you off the ledge anymore. Just fucking roll down the street. Anyway, it is fucked up Friday. For those of you in the world who are living restriction-free lives, I feel sorry for you because you have to make a decision. Where are you going to go tonight? What am I going to wear? How much am I going to drink? There's too many decisions to make. Just lock yourself in the house and pretend the decision to go out was taken away from you. But anyway, I've got a fucked up Friday. Well, it's not really a fucked up Friday. It's like a fucked up 6 months. But it's a fucking great story. I'm not going to use his name, but he's Raul Castro's brother, the Cuban. So this story isn't a specific event. It is the arc of an addict. This is Fucked Up Friday's arc of an addict. Anyway, thank you for sending it in, brother. I know it must have taken a fucking hour to write out, but I appreciate it. Hopefully I do it justice. So here it goes. Okay. As you know, staying sober when you're a degenerate alcoholic is a struggle. This last relapse is one of many. I've been trying to valiantly stay sober since about 2013. That's when I started rehab programs, AA, and at that time I even earned myself a trip to the psych ward. So yeah, the struggle's been real. From that time, I've just been trying to put together at least a year, never fully surrendering the idea that I would never be able to drink again. You know how it is. Drinking is such a big part of every culture. Back in 2018, I had such a bad bottom that I finally just surrendered and I got the help through AA. I was doing the program with a lot of determination, had a sponsor, the whole thing. Life got so much better. I had money, I moved across the country, I got a new vehicle, things were looking good. This last October, 2019, I finally got that elusive year and I stopped going to AA in my new city. Big mistake. That's me talking. That's Boyle talking. Big mistake. That's what I fucking said to myself the first time I gave up. I was like, this is all under control now. This is me done. I've tamed the beast. And within a week of drinking again, I punched one of my mate's friends in the face and called him a pedophile. That's going to be one of my fucked up Friday stories in a few weeks. I stopped going to AA in my new city. My girlfriend went back to work in the bar industry and I had no friends out here. Ooh, perfect storm. And the thought of drinking sounded good again. I was bored. Boredom will fuck ya. I went to New Orleans and I entertained the idea of drinking just for that weekend with my good friend who was getting married. My girlfriend didn't like that idea, as you would guess. Made her very nervous. No fucking shit. Because when I make a promise that it won't get out of hand, it always does. Yeah, there's no fucking promising it won't get out of hand. Hey baby, I'm just going to New Orleans for a week for a bucks with my best mate. We're going to keep it low profile. I'm going to have a couple of drinks, going to keep it low profile. Don't worry about me. I got a year sober. It's under control. I should mention that alcohol is not my only problem. I like a lot of cocaine with my alcohol. Don't we all? A lot of it. I don't like to share it either. Me either. I don't like buying it too. I don't like sharing it or buying it. It's a very difficult fucking habit to maintain when you don't buy it or share it, which basically means you have to hang around with friends who buy it and then steal it off them, or just go to South America for a few months. And when I take cocaine, I turn into a piece of shit. I like speed too. Don't we all, brother? You are preaching to the one-man choir here. And the occasional heroin to bring me down from these benders. I'm not so much into the heroin. Anyway, I didn't use in New Orleans, but I was miserable there. I'm not kidding, I cried. I just wanted it so bad. I got through it and came home. I just white-knuckled it for a month until I finally gave in. I was in contact with you then. Yeah, I remember. I remember you messaged me and you said you went to New Orleans, you stayed sober, but you took a ton of acid or something like that. And in my head I was thinking, well, that's kind of sober. I don't know how much longer this sobriety is going to last. So I gave in. I drank on my girl's birthday right at the beginning of this whole COVID thing. And it wasn't long before I was asking anyone where I can get cocaine. This is after I convinced myself that I was going to drink like a gentleman. My girlfriend was convinced, at least she lied to herself, like I lied to myself about how the future was going to be. So I got the cocaine because I'm an addict and I'll get what I want. And I was off and running. I went through a bender that lasted days. I felt like crap afterwards, but then I'd go on more benders for about 3 more months until late May. This one particular bender, I was sneaking alcohol behind my girl's back. We were in lockdown, so you can imagine how that went. We got into a fight about it early into this bender and I stormed out. I hit the streets looking for cocaine or crack because that's what's on the streets. Didn't find it, but I found meth. I let some sketchy tweaker into my vehicle and he sold me meth. We parked in an alley while he shot up and I smoked it. Fuck, I love the listeners. Y'all got some fucking goddamn stories. It was fucked up. He got blood in my truck. I dropped him off and I went back home wide-eyed. My girlfriend was not happy. She went to bed and I stayed up drinking and doing meth for the next couple of days. He messaged me back and said he did it for a full week and didn't sleep at all. When that was running out, I convinced my girlfriend that I needed to taper off the booze. She didn't know about the meth, so this is like 3 days after that meth, I started to crave more uppers. But my girlfriend wouldn't let me leave. She had me turn on my locations on my phone so she could track my moves. Like I said, I'm an addict and I will get what I want. We were watching a movie and during it, I'm messaging a coke dealer that I've never met who lives an hour away. He wasn't going to drive to me and I couldn't leave, so I ordered an Uber and told my dealer to package it in a way that looked like a care package. He put an 8-ball inside a case of beer and told the driver that because we were on lockdown, he was helping his cousin with a care package. That's genius, by the way. That's a fucking great idea. If only you could use your powers for good and not evil. So the driver, okay with it, drove an hour to me. The whole time I'm checking the app, monitoring his commute. When he arrived, I had him wait outside while I took the trash out. I got more booze and cocaine and continued without her realizing it. She knew I was fucked up but couldn't figure out how. I did that scheme again one other time after that. The second driver came to the door and my girlfriend answered. She slammed the door in his face and I ran after him. I managed to lose a job during this 3 months. I lied a lot. I used coronavirus as an excuse to stay home and get fucked up by myself. Whether it be meth, cocaine, or black tar heroin, always combined with booze. I don't like hard drugs unless I have booze there to take the edge off. I've ruined drinking for myself. I can't do one without the other. So after going through some bad withdrawals where I thought I was going to die, I reached to the one friend I made out here who's in AA. I threw myself back into the program and stayed connected with these guys because I've tried doing it alone many, many times and failed. I have 72 days sober now. I hold no reservations that I'll be a normal drinker someday because I won't be. I'm a complete fucking maniac on the stuff. It's fun for a little bit, but then it gets dark, you know. Yeah, man, I know. Long story short, no matter how long I stay away from drugs and alcohol, I will never be a normal drinker or user, if that's a thing. I can have 50 years no booze, and I'm sure after that time, I'd pick up where I left off. That's just me. And that's fucking me too, and that is many, many, many other people. So thank you very much for sharing that fucking story, man. Thanks for putting in the effort to type it out. It's a great story. I've read it like 4 times now. Stick with it. Keep messaging me. Stay strong, brother. And the rest of you fucking degenerates, have a good weekend. See you the fuck later.